Welcome, 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 welcome. This is my son goddess. I'm just randomly getting up here. I'm not even gonna be up here that long. Just want to check on in. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm only gonna be up here for a few minutes. I know I say that all the time, but watch, it's really gonna happen this time. I was just in some meditation. I was grounding earlier and stuff, and just connecting and just being grateful of. This is just such a time to be here. Some of the things I'm seeing now, I did not think I would be here or it would happen in my lifetime. Because we can focus on the negative things. There's a lot of positive things going on. I mean, the awakening. Um, it starts with the external awakening, then it goes within, and it's levels to it. But it's just an amazing time. Come on in, or welcome if you watch this later. I might be up here like less than 10 minutes because I'm in the middle of doing something, but I just had to get up here and check on in and let my presence be known and let y'all know that I'm still here. Like I said, I was meditating and grounding today earlier and getting some sun and just connecting with nature because that now it's all coming out about that's what they really in Venezuela for. It's for the because that's where if you look on the Google Maps and all that, you can see the dragons, the bodies of the dragons. They said the eye is in Venezuela, and it's and the dragons. They're waking up the 13 dragons, and then it's talking about we hear them talking about Levi. We hear them talking about Levi now. I've been talking about the dragons for a while. They saying that the Levi is waking up Leviathan, and that they say Revelations. I hear a lot of people that stick in Revelations. They trying to make it happen, but it's already done happened. So I'm not even gonna get deep into it, cause you can look on TikTok, you can look all over and see on Google Maps how it's talking about the dragons and they waking up and a lot of these wars. Now I'm gonna go back in history just a little bit. Like I said, welcome to the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. No, I'm not playing no truth or dare. No, I don't play that. I don't play no games now unless it's a benefit to me. I don't play no games. Hi, hi everybody. Welcome. I'm just talking about it's such a time to be here. Some of the things that I see happening, I didn't think I'd be here to see it in my lifetime. What I'm seeing happening. Greetings, everyone. Greetings. It's what a time to be on this planet. I was just talking about what's going on in Venezuela and just what's happening worldwide. And now you seeing them talking about the dragons and stuff and how we were saying, we've been saying that the dragons are what they talk about is some of the dinosaurs, and that's what these wars has been about in ancient times. A lot of times when you thought about the Vietnam War, the World War I and World War II, and all these bombings and stuff, it really wasn't about what you thought. It was about the ancient grid lines. It was about the ley lines. It was about the dragons. It was about the resources, the crystals, and the spirit. It was a spiritual war, really. That's what's really been going on. It's been a spiritual warfare. Even when they went over in Vietnam, a lot of those ancients that they were fighting over there, they didn't want our people here, the indigenous, to know that those were some of the lineages over, that we were fighting in these other places. They kept a lot of things hidden, but now a lot of things is being revealed, and it's just time for us to go with. It's always been within us, the healing, the ground, and high. Yep, bliss to everyone. Hello, hello, come on in. I was just talking about It's such a time to be here. What's going on in Venezuela? What's going on in the Caribbean? What's going on in Trinidad and the Ethiopian? The volcanoes are all waking up and stuff like that. The we having these earthquakes and stuff, and it's all they saying it's got to do with the dragons awakening. And I know that we was taught that that was myth, but come on, can we really believe anything they tell us? It's like, it's time to go within and work on ourselves and heal. And it's such a great time to be. It's a time to be here. We can focus on the negative, but it's a lot of positive things going on too. I'm just looking at how the people are waking up. It's amazing to me because a lot of the things that I used to say, people would tell me that it was conspiracy theories and that's a myth and it's crazy. Now we seeing that a lot of the theories are true or it's been proven, and it's a lot of factual things that's happening. So it's such an amazing time. Such an amazing time to be here. And like I said, the collective is waking up. Everybody should be really patting themselves on the back because we are not blind anymore. We are not blind anymore as a collective. Our eyes have become open. And now as our eyes have become open, when you first wake up, you be angry because you feel like you've been lied to and you feel like you've been played and everything. And then after you go through that process, then you want to go within. It don't just stop there. It don't just stop there. Then you want to go within yourself. That's where the real works happen. That's where the real work happens. It was you go inside and there's that transformation of that man within yourself, and it helps to take your shoes off and ground. That's why if you look through my older stuff, I'm always talking about connecting with the tree. You see me in some of my shorts and stuff, I'm out there with the trees. I'm connecting with the trees, and come to find out the trees is what they say that's the dragons part of the everything we standing on is a part of the ancient fossil. Remember they told us in school the ancient fossil fuels is where oil come from. Ancient fossil fuels. What they say that's the blood of the dragon. They draining the blood of the dragon. Even the waters and stuff is the tears of the dragon and all that. So it's amazing. It's such an amazing time. They say that's our ancestors. And then when you see it in the Bible, you see it where they say when they talk about slaying Leviathan and all that. That's the Tiamat. When they slayed Tiamat, that's already happened. I guess they think it's gonna happen again, but it ain't gonna work out like they think. It ain't gonna work out like they think, honey. So I don't know. Well, I say bliss. I send blessings to everybody. I don't accept bless because bless means to sprinkle with blood in case you didn't know it. That's why I tell my children and my family members, I say blessings to you because you got to be careful with these words because the words are spells. Because even in the Bible it say the word was God and the word was with God. A lot of these words that they have taught us and indoctrinated us to say, we're casting spells on ourselves and each other. So we have to be careful. That's why I say bliss, blessings to everybody. Because I don't want to sprinkle nobody with blood. I don't want nobody to be a sacrifice. I want you to be abundant and blissful. That meaning that prospering and in good health. We don't have to do no sacrifices. So yeah, blessings to everybody. Like I said, don't operate in the fear. Don't operate in fear mongering. Create what you want and the life that you want, the heaven or that you want. Create that by your thoughts and your frequency and your mindsets and going within yourself. Don't let fear run your life. Don't let survival mode run your life. Don't do that. Because if you get into that frequency, then they can put you in these timelines and these loops that you don't want to go back in. We already done been to hell. We don't want to go there no more. So we want to be, we might say, well, I can't save the world and nothing. Yeah, by you having the right mindset and by you working on yourself and grounding and connecting with nature and healing and remembering by going within, you doing a lot. You are doing something. you will find your way with alignment. You will find your way. You will find your place and fit into where you need to fit into and your purpose by going within, working on healing, aligning, um, all these distractions with what we got going on with the gossip sector. People, beefing, and they had us in a mindset for so long about worrying about a man and a heartbreak and competing with another woman about a man, and he's mine. I had him. You got him once. I got him all the time, and I'm the favorite of his, and I'm the special wife. I'm the wife. I got papers on him, or I'm the special. We as women need to get out of there. They got our women in all these distractions because they know who we are. We need to let it go and worry about. Now I'm worrying about a relationship. I done been married a long time. I was successful at that. I was successful at the baby mama, the wife thing. I gave all that my energy, which I had a career and all that going at the same time. But I don't regret it. But I learned that my life is more peaceful, more abundant, and more healthier when I'm focusing on me, taking that energy, even that sexual energy, taking that energy and using it for my benefit, not giving my energy away and fueling another person, or focusing on me, and taking that creative energy and putting it into myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's not being selfish. That's self-love. Self-love, self-care, being particular at who you share your space and your energy with, knowing that you're not better than other people, but you're too good. You love yourself too much to allow yourself to be an energy source for vampires. To allow yourself to be around certain environments and be drained and used, and like they doing like they trying to do, which is not gonna be successful. Like they trying to do our mother Tiamat. I mean, no respect, no honor, no honor to the earth, just trashing the earth and destroying it and poisoning the water. How can you purposely? Why would you purposely just drain the resources of the earth and just use them for capitalist evil, and take the resources and use them against the people to make them slaves, and put them in survival mode where they feel like they gotta pay everything, and you got these people so in love with money until they'll cut their arm off just for. And we are the money. We are the value. We are the money. They'll do anything worshiping. Not ain't nothing wrong with it, but the worship and love of money. Even this new class of people that I found this video up here, I had been looking for it. I saw it about a year or so ago, and I found it about how they raised up a class of people back in the 60s, that had no morals, then had no values. They just were people that went to people that wasn't raised with values and morals, and they came into money, and with that money they brought that same low level mentality with them. That's what we dealing with now. We dealing with that now. People that just, they got no values anymore. I mean, you see that the money can't buy class. Money cannot buy beauty from within. Cause I've seen people that look good on the outside, but they so rotten and raunchy on the inside until you just shake your head and don't want to deal with them, no matter how much money they got, no matter how many millions of dollars they have. But they are not the characteristics. You can't talk like that around me. You can't act like that around me. Just because you have money, you definitely can't buy class. You can't buy grace. You can't buy morals and dignity and all that stuff. So we have to go within ourselves and stop focusing on, oh, they said this is gonna happen. Oh, they said this was gonna happen. Oh, cause they use that, like they use like they take our dragon mother blood, they drain our energy and use that to fuel their timelines and the frequencies and systems they want to put us in by us being in fear mode, like the adrenochrome energy or whatever. They take that fear and they use it against us. So we are in a great time now of people, like I said, awakening, but that's the first phase. When you awaken, you want to awaken and then take that all in, but you also want to go within and you want to work on your transformation from within. This is my son Goddess 777, Maya's Temple of Healing and Unconditional Love. Maya777 at gmail.com. You can contact me. I'm doing counseling sessions. I'm getting people together as far as uh, relationships. I'm a professional at that. I can guide you in what you need to be doing. If you need to be staying away from doing readings, doing relationship readings, doing counseling, even putting people on the path of their career with this new system that's coming in, where you don't have to have a lot of degrees. You can be at the level of a paraprofessional money wise with your income without, with just a few months. So hit me up. You see, if you go look in my videos, you'll see my Gmail and all that. Maya's Temple 777 at Gmail, and just let me know what you trying to do, and I can put a package together for you. My services, it's gonna be a fee. I have done a lot. I still do charity work and everything like that, but um, you have to pay people for their time. Even in the Bible that y'all read, it tells you that a prophet is worthy of their pay and all that. So yeah, I'm even putting together teaching modules and stuff, because I was teaching. I was currently teaching online and stuff. I've been doing some things. I've been taking some classes. So yeah, I can just put together a whole program. I just recently put a program together for my client as far as relationships, career, where in the next few months they will be able to change their lives around, where they're making a certain type of income. Um, what direction they need to go in as far as relationships, and how they need to manage that, what they need to work on from within, and what they can look forward to in the next couple of years. So definitely, I have a system that's on point, and it can even tell you where you need to move at, like what if you the area that you live. I do the whole thing as far as the where you should be living at, what you should be doing as far as work. Not only that, but how to do that, like how to actually put it into the daily life of actually doing it. So yeah, hit me up, let me know if that's something that you interested in, and we can talk and put something together. Cause I can actually see, I've actually, I can see the unseen, and I can see, like, looking at the past and the present, and seeing, what can benefit you in your future. And it'll be where it's mapped out, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, nothing complicated, as far as you won't be able to understand it. And it won't be like the moon is shining on the 5th of February, and you have to it's just gonna be some stuff that you can apply to everyday life, solutions for your everyday life, practical solutions built in with the spiritual system, and built in with psychology, where you can use it to get where you need to be at in a short period of time. Yeah, where it won't take you, cut through the chase. Like, you just A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Very simple. So let me know. Um, so it's the Maya's healing package. So just hit me up. But this has been my son Goddess 777. I will be back soon. And everybody have a wonderful Wednesday, Toast Day, Tahuti Day. Um, and stay vigilant. It's a lot going on. They're getting desperate. It's over. They're at the end. So we need to be our brothers and sisters, keepers. Look out for each other. Be watchful of your school friends and stuff. If there's any children, I don't know if I got any children up here, but y'all look out for each other, and be watchful of your friends in the morning, and getting on the buses, getting off the buses, take notice, and work, be in groups and stuff like that. And when you go places, try to watch out for yourselves. If you can be with other people, then it's good to group up because it's a lot going on now. And like I said, they getting desperate. They know their time is over, and they know what time it is with the awakened ones. So they're in fear. They're in fear, but we're still protected and we're still safe. But stay vigilant, stay watchful, stay protected with your ancestors. But if you can also have you some weapons, have you do some weapons and stuff like that too, and stay vigilant and don't trust anybody as far as even the kids getting on these spaces and the internet and stuff like that. Be very watchful of that, and people pretending to be your age group and talking to you online, these phones. But these people is they're not who they appear to be. They pretend to be a child talking to your child, and it's one of those people, one of those people trying, because they trying to get it. Now the men not even safe. It's men, women, and children now. The men got to be vigilant and watchful too. So be aware of your surroundings. You know what I'm saying, and just keep your head on the swivel, but you don't walk around in fear. Just be watchful. That's what I'm telling you what I do. I'm aware. I'm connected to the spirit. I'm connected to nature, and I can sense things. So I'm vigilant. A lot of times I like to go places alone and stuff like that, and I'm independent. But I know that the times we living in, it's not good to be all the time, singled out all the time. If you got to be, then you got your ancestors with you, and you have your protection, your spiritual protection, and your physical protection. But just be aware, and stay connected. And we have to learn to we're gonna have to learn to pull together and work as a group, coming together as a collective. We might not agree on everything, but we have to learn to start looking at the bigger picture, and stop looking at, we are our own saviors. You know what I'm saying? We have it all in us, the Christo Negro, the Christ is within us. As we unite, as we heal, as we connect with nature and ground, you will be surprised what that does to the atmosphere, because the earth is us. It's all a reflection of us. We are a reflection of it, our hair, our skin, the trees, everything. So you need to connect with nature if you can, and heal and ground and come together with the people you can come together with, and look at the bigger picture, and go within and heal your soul and accountability. Um what's this called? Displaced anger. I mean, it's hard. That ego is something, and accountability is something. I have been working on that for a while. Even deeper levels of going within and taking accountability, and working on my ego. I have little tests sometimes when my ego be like, "Hey, wait a minute, uh, you need to handle that," and I'm like, "No, I don't need to handle that. I need to just let it go and be the bigger person. Like, I don't always have to get the last word. I don't always have to feel like I'm the winner in the conversation, or being paid with a deed. Like, I don't have to do that. Like, I don't have to fight every battle. I can choose my battles. Like, geez, like I was always a lover anyway, not a fighter. Like, I'm a Libra in some aspects, but I'm everything. I don't just look at I'm a Libra, I'm a this, I'm a that. No, I balance it, honey. I balance that all out. All that Libra with the Aries. I balanced out the Cancer with the Capricorn. I balanced out, what is it? The Sag with the, what is it? Is it the Sag with the Gem? What? Am I saying it right? Is it the Sag? The Sag with the Gemini, and then the Pisces with the Virgo? Is that it? Or is the, no? I'm saying it wrong. Anyway, I know it's the Leo and the Aquarius, the Cancer, the Capricorn, the Aries. Somebody help me. The Aries and the Libra, the Scorpio and the Taurus. And I'm only missing a couple. It's the Pisces. I know it's the Pisces and the Sagittarius and the Pisces, and then it's the, what is the opposite of the, I know what it is. It's the Gemini and the Virgo, right? Yep. And then it's the Pisces and Sagittarius, right? Am I right? Right, yeah. It's got to be. Because I know the Gemini and the Virgo, that's the opposite polarities. So it's got to be the Pisces and the Pisces and the Sag, right? So yeah, I'm balanced. It's a continual process, but I done leveled on. I done came up on some levels of that. So I don't just look at myself as, oh, I'm this or I'm that. So I'm where I'm did some deep work. It's some deep work going from that Taurus to that Scorpio energy. That's going from the material to the spiritual, honey. But not the shadow, because that shadow of that that shadow of that Taurus is in survival mode. That shadow of that Taurus is in fear mongering and afraid of lack and, oh my God, I don't have enough. That's that shadow side of that Taurus. Oh my God, this and that is gonna take away from me. I can't enjoy my money because I'm scared if I spend this, I'm not gonna have that. I gotta rob Peter to pay Paul. That's the shadow side of the Taurus. And the shadow side of the Scorpio is falling deep into, when I say sin, I'm talking about lower self, those lower desires of sexual pleasure and just not having no discipline and self-control. And even the Scorpio falling into, because Scorpio is a life, death, rebirth, and transformation. So even the shadow self, it's a lot of destructive things with sexual energy, with death, with just violence and stuff like that. So kind of, I use Diddy as an example for falling into the shadow of the Scorpio. But when you into that higher version of that Scorpio, your healed self, that balanced Scorpio, honey, you gonna be trying to go deep into learning about yourself, learning about balancing out those energies and stuff, and using them to transform and transmute yourself. And then once you do that within, you looking to show the collective how to do it by your example. You don't gotta be on that mindset of, I'm saving somebody, I'm saving the world. By your example, you lead, and people will follow, the ones that are awakened and want to know how to heal and work it like that. They'll follow. And that higher version of the Taurus, that balanced and healed Taurus, would be, oh, well, I'm building wealth, and I know that I have to have balance and everything is gonna be fine. I'm looking at the cup half full instead of half empty. And I'm thriving. I have what I need. I'm abundant. That's how that healed Taurus would be. Instead of being in fear mongering and survival mode, that Taurus gonna know that they know. That's that healed Taurus that's working on healing and transformation and restoration. That they have enough and everything's gonna be fine. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm about to get off of here. I've been up here longer than I thought. But everyone, you have a wonderful week. I'll be back soon. I'm sending unconditional love, bliss, healing, ascension. Grateful to gratitude and grateful to water, fire, air, earth, and spirit. Grateful to our dragon ancestors. Grateful to the awakening of the 13 dragons. I had put a thumbnail up there months and months and months ago with Trump and the dragon, and they didn't give me a strike, but they just did something with a copyright. It's called the what is it about? Something with just, it's on the thumbnail. It's the one before the Sharia laws and all that. I got some good videos, and I'm glad I'm being. You know what? I'm grateful because I'm just so grateful. Everything works in tandem, and everything is working out in alignment. I'm just grateful that I was able to get up here, and I was able to share and be vulnerable and come from a pure heart space, not getting up here. I remember years ago when I was like working on, I was working on it, but I wasn't there yet. I was still in my shadow. I was still operating. I would get up there, and every emotion that moved me, I would get on Facebook and just be upset and rant and honey, moved by anger, fear, mongering, and ego and all that. I'm so glad that I have grown to a place that if I don't have anything to say up here to help heal, ascend, and bliss the collective, I don't even get up here. I don't even get up here for to just be like talking and gossiping, and I'm not knocking nobody that does that. That's what they got. That's what their contract is, I guess. But me, that's not what I've been called to do. And I used to be And I used to be about the drama. Ain't nothing wrong being about a little drama and having some balance though, and being a benefit, knowing how to transmute energy. Cause sometimes I still listen to the bull crap and stuff, but I balance it out. But I'm so glad that I get up here and it's people that listen to me. They got to be on a certain If you listening to me, you on a certain frequency because I'm talking about stuff that's gonna help the collective. It's that stuff that most of the people would consider in our community boring. I'm glad I don't attract everybody. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm so glad. Like I'm glad, like, cause I used to attract a lot of. I used to attract a lot of attention when I was in my shadow self because of the mess and the drama. And I'm glad I'm not that person anymore operating in shadow and lower self. I'm not. I'll look at the situations of Cardi B and Tasha K and Nicki Minaj, and I'm just like, we don't supposed to be worshiping these people and putting our trust in these people. These people don't sign contracts. If they ain't signed contracts, they trying to. They trying to. Cause they trying to get that Oscar or whatever. They want to be approved by them folks. You know what I'm saying? These people don't have they get weak, broken people to go into these industries because they know if they already shattered. Do you realize what a shattered person, a traumatized person, how they can be possessed and used in this industry to manipulate and mind control? They can use them to mind control the masses. Even with that guy, he said that the African Americans or black people don't have no culture. Look at him now. Look at Kai Cenat. Look at what has happened to him. But what he don't realize is that you gotta respect the so-called, I don't call us African Americans, I call us the indigenous dragons of the Americas, of Turtle Island. This place is ancient and older than a lot of other places. These are the seas here. So you got to be careful, disrespect. And look at what's happening to the people that come over here to this land and they disrespect the indigenous people and look down on them. Now, the government got a lot to do with it because they tell these people when they come here to treat us like crap and stay away from us and we bad people and this and that. But you got to have a choice and look beyond that. You got to be like, why? Why do they treat them people like that? And why, you cannot, just because somebody tell you to eat some poison, you ain't gonna eat it. You got to do your own research and have your own mind. They come over here and be like, oh, well, I'm gonna do better than them. They ain't. And look what's happened. They've been used as a puppet. Now they making them leave and all this and that. And they can't make these people leave because these people, these indigenous black people, or these dragons are a part of this place. They come from this earth. They are a part of this land. So it's just amazing, and I don't look to be happy about nobody hardships or demise, but it was just this was just disheartening to see the disrespect and how we was being treated and things like that, and they have to bow down. They going if they don't go somewhere and sit down, they're gonna be sat down. I'm talking about it's not gonna be nothing that they can do. They can't. It's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. They can go underground. They can get in these boats and these submarines. It's nowhere to hide. It's nowhere to hide. It's nowhere to run. And I want them to know that they're not going to be able to stop what's coming. They're not going to be able to delay it. It's finished. It's done. It's already done. And they know it. All this stuff about the wars and they trying to they trying to bomb so that they can disrupt the frequencies of the atmosphere to buy more time and to keep if that dragon was evil, if it was so evil, why they scared of it waking up? We know these governments and these people are so why they so scared of it? If they supposed to be reptilians and they supposed to be that's the devil. If the dragon is the devil and Leviathan and all that is the devil, why they don't want her to wake up? Why? And if it's so evil, why they getting oil from it? Why they draining it? Why they poisoning the waters? Why they lied to us and told us that it was no dragons and put it in myths like they didn't exist? If it's so evil and such that Satan and the devil and all this and that. And isn't the number 666 the six electrons, protons, and neutrons? That's the number of man. So is man the beast? Is man the seed of the dragon? And the serpent in the Bible is that? What's up? That what? Somebody lying and the truth is coming to light. That's all I gotta say. Y'all research for yourself. But like I said, y'all need a package for life. Want to get your life in order. Want to know where you should live. As far as the grid lines go, as far as the ley lines and all of that, what location you need to be in, what career you need to be in, and you want to figure out how to get it going in a few months, and you want a spiritual reading, past, present, future, not just about the spiritual things, but psychologically, your relationships. Should I be with this woman? Should I be with this man? I just did a reading, and I told somebody that they were actually in a relationship with somebody that they were, pressuring, and they needed to lay off maybe and go to therapy because it's going to be too much of an overload. Well, they didn't listen, and then somebody else come right back around and said the same. And then somebody witnessed it and said, "Dad, you really do good job, because you sure told them that." And they didn't listen to me. They didn't listen to me, but I just can see, like, I can see the present, I can see looking at the past, and I can see the future. And a lot of the, basically 100% of my predictions have come true. Yeah, 100% of my predictions. I ain't gonna say no 100% of my predictions have came true to date, have come to pass. So, they have come to pass. I've been counseling people for years. I mean, not just where a girl, you don't need to be with him, or sir, you don't need to be. I can tell you exactly what's going to happen and how it's going to play out. Not just like, oh, well, I can say, listen, when this month comes, you're not going to this and you're not going to that. And this person going to do this word for word. Basically, like, close to the date. And within that time frame of that year that it's gonna happen. So it's very accurate and very on point. And I do that because I've always been able to see the unseen. But I can go within and I can do a lot of channeling, and it's really deep. I've been doing this for a long. This ain't nothing new. But I want to present it on a larger scale. So like I said, hit me up, MaSunGoddess777 at Gmail. It's not just something spiritual, it's some psychological. It's mapping out where you should be living at. I did this for myself. I realized that I was staying on my Saturnian, Mars line. And I needed that at the time, but that's not the energy that I need to be around because it's too harsh permanently. That's not. But I needed to get some more backbone, and I needed to draw some lines, and I needed to, ground with the area as far as the dragon lines and the grid lines. I've done some healing, and I've done some grounding and waking up the energies in the area that I've been in too. It was meant for me to be here because I see the frequency change, and you can be like one person in a certain environment and your frequency can change it. That's how real this is. You can even heal the land by you grounding and being by certain grid lines, and you don't have to stay there forever, but for that time frame, that's what you were supposed to do. So I'm just giving you a little heads up. I've been exploring some things and connecting with nature still. It's nothing changed. I'm still connecting with nature. I'm still doing my meditation, my breathing, my qigong. I've even added some tai chi. I'm gonna get back up here with my face, but I'm not so much into that. I got stuff going on in the background, and it's me, and people don't even know because what's happening? Because my name ain't on it. I ain't got to be putting on no show and getting all this attention. It's not even about that. But this has been MaSun777. Y'all have a wonderful week. Like I said, bliss to you. Go within, connect to your ancestors. Don't worship nothing on the outside of you, and even with your ancestors, they are within. And then within nature, the manifestations of nature is you. So peace, bliss, love, abundance. Grateful to water, fire, air, earth, and spirit. Grateful for this is not even the new year yet. The new year is in the spring. It's the fire, what is it? The fire horse year. Well, they celebrating them, but the spring, we got a few more months for the new year. Really, really, truly come in. So everybody, y'all have a wonderful evening and a wonderful rest of the week, and I will see you soon. This has been my son Goddess 777.